Welcome back to the family gamers. I'm Chicken here, back on Genshin Wellman Show, and there was a problem because I went maybe a little bit crazy last night. I wrote down a majority of the ideas I would love to see in Genshin, and hopefully I do put in. So this is gonna be a compilation of all the ideas of me and Shabelle here, ideas that we would love to see in the game further down the line. Which honestly, in like a majority of you have heard me talk about, us talk about in the past. But I figured put them all in a nice little video, so it's like, a little bit more reasonable.
Full login.
I'll get down a little bit. So anyway, if you enjoy, hit like and subscribe, let's kick some butt, and do what you best. Because here's our ideas for Genshin Impact, which would be fun. You also have a commentary from my friend here, Trail Gamer.
Hi guys.
If you're interested in coming to roll forward, which is excellent on channel, it's Trail Gamer, just playing, trying folks.
So you dragging?
Thanks. Alright. Do you want some of one of your ideas, or do you want some of my umpteen million?
Start with one of yours first, because you've got more than me.
Okay. Well, this one is kind of one that I got feeling what's gonna happen because something's fishy. Well, two of them actually, so I'll cover two of them right now. For one, increase the level cap for the characters and weapons.
Yes.
Oh, can I get to the right menu? I'm not going to that section quite yet. Because level 9 does not make a lot of sense. And another thing, if this is based on the 7 Archons, right? Why is there only 6 stars on the character's ascensions? Shouldn't it be technically 7? So that's why, this is my theory here, that either we're going to be going back in time, which I would not be surprised, that's my little theory on my own, but that's a theory thing, not an idea thing. But my point on that. The big point is, increase the levels from 90 to 100. I know a lot of people will be saying, like, come on, like, that's more grinding. True, I agree on that.
But there's more primos.
Exactly. And, like, with this, like, get your character to level 100, you don't get, like, your normal blue wish, like you would do. You get a purple wish. The Intertwine Fates. Because that'll be, like, the final ascension. And it's kind of like, maybe, like, an awakening, kind of. Because, like, it would change the character's design slightly compared to the normal design. Like imagine Ganyu in her normal outfit, but it's more flashy? That's what I want to use.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And like the weapons, like maybe they go like glow brighter, or they slightly change the shape of it, saying that that weapon has been fully ascended. In my opinion, folks, I think there's a big hint here, and it'll be the final part I'll be talking about on this part, is if you go to the constellations, and you go to this part, for example, my Ganyu, Cloud Strider, Constellation 3, increase the level of Celestial Shower by 3, maximum upgrade, level is 15. Why is the max talent level then 10 here? If you include that 3, that would mean 10 would be 13. There's 2 levels missing, game. What's the bright idea? So that's telling me there's going to be an increase sometime. So I don't know if you can call it an idea or a theory. It's kind of a mixture of both, I guess.
Body, healthy mind.
Kind of? What would you think?
That would make sense.
Alright, and another thing. Pause the game so you can see it. Increase the AR ranking system. Like, you've already increased the... what is the equivalent of AR over on Star Rail? Because they already increased theirs. So, in this one... Ow.
So,
Yep. So, in this one, increase the AR to, like, maybe 70 or 75. Something like that. But make these AR levels, one, not as much XP, because that takes way too bloody long to level up. Or, if it is that much, Make it so you get more XP out of doing the stuff you do. You're adventuring, you know? Like, come on. But these levels also will get you some good stuff. Maybe, say, AR-70, you get a character. Or, a voucher. That's the one I'm looking for. That can get you a free 5-star of your choice.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a really good one here. Like, imagine that. Like, say, okay, I use my voucher to get Risley. That would be amazing. That would be a cool ass little feature. And, okay, those are two ideas. We'll go on to the next two, which is for the wishing system. In my opinion, this needs to be adjusted because, seriously, it is so dumb. Like, legitimately, folks. For one thing, you gotta remember, folks, I play this game every day. So that means I pretty much found every treasure chest in every region up to date. Granted, there's still some in zones I haven't got, but they are some of the more difficult to find. So for one thing, when it comes to the wishing system, like I get the welcome moon, you know, because, you know, it's only $5 for a month. It's like, hey, it's not bad. And you do your dailies, and you're like, you get 150 premiums. And I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe I'm enough for wish. No, because technically you need 160 premium gems to do one poll. So that means if you're basically I think you call it a dolphin, I think, could be your name, and you only buy the welcome moons, you would not have enough to pull on that character for that day if it's just going doing your welcome login and your dailies. It doesn't give you enough. So in my personal opinion, the primo gems per wish should be down to, instead of 160, 150.
Makes sense.
Because it never made much sense. He's like, it's either to do that, or, one of the other ideas I have down in this pile somewhere, increase the daily reward for like the primo gem amount. One or the other game, it's your choice. Or do both.
Absolutely.
Both is good. But we'll go back and we'll be talking about the reward one later. But another thing, the pity system in this game.
That needs to be adjusted.
It's too much. 90 pity on the standard characters and the special character banners is too much. Because if you get unlucky, which I know is highly unlikely, but look, say for example, I have 9 polls here, basically. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do my polls, which I'm not doing until all here comes up, by the way. And I don't get that person. I lose all those polls, and then I have to go all the way again to potentially get them, you know what I mean? So, in my opinion, drop down the pity for the character banners and the standard banner to 70. Because then it'll be helping out people that want to get characters, but they're like, oh, I don't want to put a lot of money into the game or do a lot of questing, you know, because some people, you know, they got work to do in real life. They can't live on it 24/7. Heck, even I don't live on 24/7. I just go on.
If it were during COVID, then possibly, but no.
COVID's gone, thank God.
I know, thank God it's gone. But the way that they're going about it right now is like we need another natural disaster for it to happen.
What is bad?
Yes.
So
I mean, I'm not saying anything bad because you know COVID did bring us closer together for the most part.
True.
But it does need amending.
Yes, and that also goes to the weapon banner, which that is a ripoff. Because one thing, this little thing right here, the epitomized path. For one, put that down to 1 point, not 2. That is too much. Because, think about folks, this banner is 80-50 to get a weapon. Which granted, most of the time you do get around 60, 70-ish pulls. But you never know. That's just how it is when you're doing your polls. So, in my opinion, drop it down to 1, so it's basically a 50-50. If you win it, you win it. If you don't, you don't. Then you go, okay, I can do a little bit more, get it. But also, put the pity on the weapon bearer down to either 50 or 60. Which do you think would be more reasonable?
I'd say the lowest, or split down the middle.
What, around 55?
Yeah, if they can't agree with those two, then just split it straight down the middle.
Either way though, have a lower pity on this because think about this both. If you have bad luck and you go max pity, including the pity on the Imperialized paths, you would have to use up to 240 wishes to get the weapon you want. Which in my opinion is too bloody much.
It is.
Because, that's over triple the amount I have on me right now. And I've been saying for over a month. And that's with me getting a Welkin. So in my opinion, fix that part so it lowers the pity amount and they pay my power points. Because, come on. In my opinion, the weapons banner is a ripoff. I know you're getting their signature weapon for your favorite character. I understand that 100%. Granted, I've gotten lucky. I will admit that. I've gotten lucky on it. But I've seen people do so many pulls in it, and I'm like, I couldn't. I'd rather get my characters. So that's why this idea is a big one to adjust the system. And do you want to chime in one of your ideas about since I've already done 4?
Yeah. Well, I've voiced this before, folks. It's not a big thing, but to me it is a big thing, which is we need to be trading with other players. It doesn't have to be a big thing.
Yeah, maybe not weapons or characters, but maybe...
No, like items, for example, because like me and my dad, for example, we can't exchange things, and he's got a lot of things that he needs from me, and vice versa.
Yeah,
so...
make it so you can trade off, mob drops, or boss drops.
Yeah.
Small stuff.
Like things like that, nothing major, but the next bit I'm going to say is going to go to another idea of mine.
Okay.
Which is going off one of your ideas, which is rebuild Conria.
Yep.
But what if we can trade for business cards for characters that can help us build Conria?
Oh, so for example, let's use Mondstadt for the example. Say it's our building area. Just example piece. And just say certain areas are locked off, similar to an Assassin's Creed 2.
Yes.
I think you're going with. And you need to get those certain characters, aka the playable characters, to join you.
Exactly.
And that's why you can use the business card if you don't have that character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, I like that. I had dog and something.
Or part of the business card, so if you've got one part of it, like it got ripped off in a storm or something, then that's the other half of it that ended up in another area.
That doesn't sound too bad.
It's not a big thing, but that would encourage trading slowly.
Yeah.
So let's just say you can. It's 3 items you could trade per 3 days, and you can do looking for items. So business card be one of them, a certain mob drop, or
so kind of like how the bounty system is, but include that into it.
Yeah, a little bit, but not too much.
Right.
Just because they've said that they were thinking about it, but there's pros and cons. Well, what if they use this as let's see how it goes system, not beta testing. What's the word?
Damn.
Like a trial.
Right. Hold on, Jill. Let me read your comment first, Dog Assassin. I don't know. I'm not great with riddles.
What's that?
How does a husband know his wife is passed on? That's how I'll word it. That's the riddle.
Oh, I think I know that answer. It's a little bit of a bad answer if I think it is, but I don't know. I'll say I don't know for now.
I don't know right offhand. Yeah, I don't think I'm a penny here. I'll just say, alright, I don't know riddles that great. A few I do, but a majority of them, yeah, they fly over my head. But as you were saying, Isabel, sorry to cut you off there.
Like a trial. Let's see it like a trial, for example.
So kind of like how I did with the newest banner we had.
Yeah, just see how it goes and change people every few days.
Yeah, makes
But
sense.
just to see how it goes.
Yeah, putting a little trial phase, like maybe for like half a patch type deal.
Yeah.
I feel like it work, honestly. Alright, do you want to say more, or do you want to go back to the umpteen million I have?
Well, there was another one. Again, I don't know if it'd actually work. Which was, you know, the banner that they had recently.
Oh yeah, the one that had like Klee, Albedo, Eula, D-Luke, and them. The ones from the monster area.
Yeah. Well, I've been reading some groups on Facebook, and they're all saying it was one of the best ones.
Really?
Because one of the okay, where does it go? Where does it go? Sorry, I'm being attacked. They said that it allowed them to get a rare double, or in our case, one that we both missed.
Yeah.
And my dad were thrilled because he finally got Eula, and as you can imagine, he was jumping for joy.
I don't blame him. Like, heck, I got lucky. I got Albedo.
Exactly. So again, why don't they give us like between these two? Which one would you go for? Like Inazuma or Leeway characters instead of going in order? Like,
oh, I see what you're going for. I see what you're going for. You mean like, for example, have it so the community gets the vote between like, would you like to see the Inazuma version of it coming out or the Leeway version coming out?
exactly.
Okay, that's what you're going for there. That doesn't sound bad, honestly.
I mean, it's not a big thing.
No,
But like give us a poll on the app, for example, the Hoyo Lab, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Hoyo Lab, yes.
And again, it'll give us a little bit more. Listen to the readers more, and listen to not readers, players more, and it'll just be better in the long run, I think.
Yeah, that's
personally.
some potential because they would make it so that the Hoyo versions themselves are actually listening to the community and saying, "Oh, this doesn't seem too bad. Go with it."
Yeah, like do a poll system, like they said at one point that we're going to do. Do you remember they said that we were going to do that, and then they just
forgot
about it?
Yeah, I that was I think that was around a time when COVID was like really being a pain.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll go back to COVID. Really?
That was a long
That was a long few years.
time.
Ugh.
Yes.
God, that's sometime I do not want to remember.
Same.
Alright. Now, an idea I have in mind, if you're done.
I am.
Okay. And this one you and me both came up with, is a fragment system. And what I mean by that, folks, is if you go to either the archive or the character archive, let's go character archive, then I can show you both versions. This is so weird when you see this. There's so much blank space behind the characters or even around them when you look at the character. Like for my example, Chiori. I think in either, say, the top right or the bottom left or bottom middle left-ish. I think Italian would be bottom middle, I think.
Mm.
Have like, either a puzzle icon or a crystal icon that shows that you have so many of that character. So, for example, say I had, excuse me, by the way, I had, say, 5 puzzle pieces, just an example, for Curie. And, like, you would get more of these by either doing maybe daily commissions, bounties, or even doing the quest with those said characters. This would give you, it wouldn't be a guaranteed chance, so to speak, but in turn, it would actually give you opportunity to get these fragments, and then if you get enough of them, you would get that character. Like, what to say though, like, I know people say, like, oh, but you can break that easily by just, doing a lot. No. This is the way you would do it. Make it so it's like a rare drop. Similar to, like, the dream solvents in the billets from weekly bosses.
Yeah. Or doing the card game.
Or GG, yes.
I mean, I want to be, and a lot of people don't like grinding or don't feel like grinding one day, because some people do that. They take a break for a week if they need to.
True. But, like, this idea will be really cool for the weapons and characters because, like, if you collect so many, you can get some of the weapons that you wanted for so long. For example, for me, one weapon I want, if we go to equipment, so you just go to here. I just need to find it. My name is Ant. Where are you? Like, I would like to get me a Jade Ring, a Primal Jade Sword, the Jade Spear Sword. I would love to get that. Or even get the key for my Nilu. But I'm like, I don't want to try to do the, weapon man because it's like, it's not great. So in my opinion, have it so that we can have a fragment system or puzzle system, either way. I'm thinking maybe puzzle system, maybe because then you could, make it into, what's the one I'm looking for?
An item?
Yes. And like you get to redeem it for that character or weapon.
Next on the agenda.
Like with a puzzle, you can like put it together like a puzzle. Or if it's the crystals or shards, so to speak, I think it'd be a really unique way of getting characters or weapons that you've been trying to get for years.
Yes.
Like, for example, you're missing Mika. But like say, oh, I save up so many fragments or puzzle pieces to get a free Mika. Like that.
Oh, Mika.
Now, one thing is, to make it a little more reasonable, and this is like the big thing here, is like once you have that character C6, so for example, my Sucrose C6, I will not gain shots of her, not anymore, because like that's it, I'm done. I don't need them. It'd be just a waste of potential getting other characters. So in that turn, you will they'll like pull that character out of your pool of the ones you try to get. But like what Chevelle's saying about the trade system, you could trade fragments to each other.
Exactly, and
because
you can. We're going on the trade system. I just remembered this. If it's a new player that you're not sure if you can trust them, they can say like, "These are the items I'm looking for. Can we do a trade, like an invitation, or an email, in-game email?" That was just the thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay, but God, I just lost my train of thought. Ah,
sorry.
That's all the time to me.
That was my fault.
Okay. With the trading of the puzzle pieces, we'll call it puzzle pieces for now. They can change what they want later on for themselves. This is an idea to put to over. It's like, hey, this could be really good for the game. Because already they have it in one of their other games. Drumroll. Honkai Impact 3rd has it. There's a
Wow.
puzzle system over there. You collect so many pieces of that character, you can trade in for said character. So Hoyoverse, don't lie and say you can't do it, because I got proof. I've done it.
We're way behind schedule.
So in that respect, have that over here as well. Why not? Because then it'll make it so players can get a chance to get the cash they want. But with the training system, because they already done it with that event we did. Remember that picture event? They had to get the stupid colors.
Yes. But that was fun. I did like that.
It was fun, but it was a royal pain to get the colors.
Ooh.
That's what I mean, though. They already tell me I've done it, that we were able to trade amongst our friends.
Yes.
Hey, Jim, what's up?
My dad was kind of desperate at one point. He was like, "Do you have any of these?" And sent me a picture on his phone. It's like, "Oh yeah, I've got them. I've got them. Give me a sec."
I barely had enough to get the full rewards out of that event. Oh,
I keep getting the same 3 colors.
it was such a nightmare. But they already have that so you can trade amongst players. So
Yes, I mean, it's a little bit janky at the minute, but it still works.
But that's
a snake.
You know, a work in progress.
Yeah.
Like, I could see that actually working for the fragment system. Like, that could be a big thing for the trade section. Like, say, for example, I had that one extra Mika shot that you need, but I'm like, oh, I don't need it because I don't, want to get constantly from. I could trade it to you. So, for example, say you had, for example, a Charlotte shot that I want because I wouldn't mind getting a constellation on Charlotte. Would trade equally. And you couldn't do it like, say...
Or a Raiden one, for example.
No, that made it too easy. No. No, put it so that 4-star ones are for 4-star characters swap back and forth. And
No. I mean, if we both had, like, going for a 5-star and you had, like, say, a Nouvellette one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
As well. So it's not just for one thing.
Yeah, I see where you're going, boy. Like, that would be a really good thing to put into the game because, like, I can see it working because they got in back third, like, hello. And
this is just a me thing, but I like puzzles in real life. I think...
Yeah, I am too.
Hi, Chairman. And I really do think that Genshin would be good with some more puzzles events or puzzles through in general. That's just me. Don't have to do it, but
right, like if they would
there's a lot of people out there who like puzzles.
Yeah, like maybe not making like the puzzle like these ones they have in certain areas that are sometimes a headache. But I think
no, nothing like that.
No, but I think a puzzle that you have to do like in real life because they have done that in the game to a certain degree.
Yes, and people quite liked it. I did.
I enjoyed it. And please bring back
like the lantern ones they do in the lantern events. You know, the shadow one that they did a while ago.
Oh yeah.
Well, look, gives me little things like that. See, this is what happens, folks. We get that many ideas, we bounce off each other and end up talking over each other.
Yes, it happens a lot. Now,
I'll be back in just a sec, just checking my food.
Alright, no problem. I'll be talking about the next idea, the town building system. Because this one is a big one, folks. And you may have noticed we talked about it a little earlier with the trade system or the business card system for Conria. Because honestly, folks, I think the sibling you play as, so for my example, I play Aether, we should be able to go to the ruins of Conria, which supposedly, if you're going by the lore, is like somewhere over in this cluster. Like, it's like underneath this area, I guess. I'm not 100% sure where. But that's what I understand. Like, supposedly that door, there's a door on it somewhere, I forget where it was. But that's supposedly the entry to Conria. But in my little opinion, stop bloody phone, jeez. Having it so that we can take all the ruins, or so we can build up a town that, is it the word? Functioning. That's it. That you can have the playable character that you've collected over the years or the time that you played the game do certain things. Like, for example, Lisa and Shinksho, they're extremely good with knowledge and books. Maybe they can be librarians. Or, like, Naewon could be like the bank manager type deal. So you want the bank. And, like, Beto can have the harbor, because there's a harbor here somewhere, so you can kind of, work with it. And maybe not even make it the colony everyone's. Make it a different area that the player gets, like, make their own area. Because technically we do have that already with the teapot. But often the teapot does have some major limitations. Major. So in this one, it would be a fantastic idea to see with the game. Because, like, they can do it. Like, say your teapot malfunctions. And you have to go see Madam Ping, and that's how you get a quest to do the town building system. And, like, you could just go with a bug standard, generic style town. But if you have, like, the creativity, like you do, like, I've seen some people in the teapot, which some of them, oh my god, they're insane, but amazing. Like, those ideas are like, wow. And, like, they can post them on Hoyle Lab, so, like, people that don't want to do it, or they don't have time to do it, like, they're like, oh, that design looks nice, I can use that for my town, type deal. Like, in my opinion, that'd be really cool. Because then at least players will be able to make an area to... And this will be a way you'll be able to get some of the generators that could give you either XP books, occasional talent book, but not many, for a reason. Mora, because, you'll be getting more, because they already done that post, you can remember that. One on the poster event we just did. That is a big sign right there that you couldn't do it easily. Like, it's a management system. Not like in that high a way. It's just you just go there when it's full and you're like, oh, here's some money. Boom. Like that. And like this will be really good for the game. And I will talk more, but
and I'm back.
Welcome back. I just talked about the town building system a little bit. But I'm talking about that. I could literally talk about that for a whole video.
Yeah.
So, I'll cut that one. This one is an important one. What I've noticed is with me grinding in the game. I have a low blowing off. Is the drop rates on enemy drops, boss drops, weekly boss drops, all that stuff. It needs to be increased. This also applies to town books and all the other stuff. Because, for example, I would go to a talent domain. So, for example, this talent domain. I would go there, take care of it, use the condensed resin. I've gotten more than once, by using one condensed resin, only 4 blue books and 4 green books. That's a condensed resin. And I've also figured, if you use a normal resin, aka 20 resin, I can almost get the same amount. What sense does that make? I have tested this so many times. Granted, I still use condensed resin because, like, I have had one time it was, like, really bad. So, in my opinion, those amounts, like the 4-4, should be for the lower, like, the normal resin, but the condensed resin is literally doubled it. In my opinion. And it also applies to enemy drops. Mostly example piece right off the bat, those bloody handguards. Those things drove me crazy while I was trying to get them from Mayaka. And I need to get them for our brother. I need to get them for Ayato. Oh no, the other units I need to give them to. I actually gotta give them to Nico and Shogun. It's like, come on. And that drop rate was just so bloody bad. Like at one point, this is no joke, folks. And I'm not kidding about this. I killed 3 in a row that were together. I got one gray handguard out of all 3. One. So in my opinion, that needs to be increased. And this also applies to the artifacts, because like a cadet only gives you like up to like sometimes 4 artifacts. No, it needs to be increased. Maybe up to say 6 you can get. Because seriously, for someone like me, I farm on the hardest difficulty. I can understand these for me in the lower ranks, so like, you know, it's easier for players that are at that AR or level, so they don't completely lose their mind. Which I understand 100%. But having it so that they do this will help out so much that people won't have to grind for hours on end. I'm grinding on this game a lot. Granted, there's one rule I will not be bringing on me, is I will not be using Primo Gems for resin. It is not worth.
I think I had to do that once and I regretted it.
Right. I did it once myself. Because I didn't know back then. But that's all I'll say on that. That needs to be increased. And this is a big one. Replayable past events. Because there's some events that even I missed out on. That I'm like, oh, I would love to take part in that. Like, say, the first Lantern Rite. I wasn't able to take part in it because at the time I wanted, you know, insanely attached to Genshin at the time.
How times change.
Yes, definitely. So, in my opinion, having it so that we can play these past events, but it's like, and you'll be like, oh, that means we can just farm Primo Gems. Yes and no. You will get the Primo Gems from the event that you didn't participate in or you didn't fully complete. Because, you know, there's sometimes that, like, you know, you're like, oh shit, I gotta do the event and I only have a few hours left, but I didn't have enough time to get all the rewards. It would still have the stats of what you did from the prior event when you did it. So, like, if you already complete it, you wouldn't get Primo Gems. Like, let's just say, though, if you want to complete a game because you're like, oh, I like that story in it. I wouldn't mind playing it, it was pretty fun. You know what I mean?
Oh, there was an item that you really wanted to get, but you couldn't.
Right. So, you get the rewards excellent Primo Gems if you've already done the event. And, like, if there's an event that you get a character or a weapon from it, but you already gotten it that time, you don't get it. It's, you know, because that would be a little cheating because you could technically play it over and over and get a C6 of that character or offline of that weapon, yada yada yada. Or multiple of that weapon. So there will be some limitations to a degree. But this idea, I think, will be really good for the game because, like, there's some events I missed out on big time. Like, heck, Chevelle missed out on getting Albedo's signature weapon. By a day.
Some of the other things I missed out on as well, but...
Yeah, well, I'm just pointing that one big out because you literally got Albedo and you're like, oh, I want to get that, but you were like, oh, I gotta do all the other quests, and you just didn't have time to get done. Well, you know, it's understandable. You all just don't have the time, so make it so we can replay them is probably fine, but like, so it's not so much of a strain on the worlds in Tibet. Let's just say you have to, you can only accept up to like 2, you know, path events at a time.
Yeah.
It'll like load you out of the world to do those couple, like to reset it, so to speak. Like that would be a awesome feature. Because like that would give players that miss out on events, like, you know, like the newer players, they missed out on so much about Albedo, it's insane. Granted, I missed out on his first event that he was in. That's actually really good, but I didn't get to take place in it because I didn't get Factoring Desires. Like, this would be really interesting to see for the game. Like, why not? And here's a big one here. Increasing the friendship system. Because I play a game called Azure Lane, and I think they should change the friendship to mean like friendship 10 for one takes a long time to get up. But I think as you get to this point, you should get a special quest with that set character, which is also implied into the other one, which is the wedding system slash date system. And remember, folks, when I say this, the character you can get with is only going to be able to marry the traveler you play as. So for my example is, I play Aether, but say you play Lumine. They would only marry to that character only. Not like the other way of having certain characters get together. No. It has to be the traveler themselves. No ifs, no ands, or buts. And I know some people like saying, like, oh, you gotta make it so it's like, you know, for my example, Aether can only go with the girls. No. If you want said character to go with the same one, so like, for example, Aether, say someone wants him to be with Shao, probably fine. Or if you're Lumine and you want her to be with, say, Kaching or Ryan Shogun, probably fine. That's up to the player. And with doing this, it would also put in the date system. Like, after you get Friendship 10, this is the only way it'll be available, is that they have to be Friendship 10 because, you know, a pure sign that you've grown attached to said character. So for my example, Ganyu, I'm attached to her big time.
Oh yeah, everyone on the planet knows that by now, Dragoon.
Can you blame me?
Nope.
But that's not the point. The big point is, you get a quest, say, like a message, like, say you get mail. It's a message from her saying, Traveler, can you come see me at the J Chamber? She wants to talk to you. And it'll give you a little quest that you get into the quest tab saying, go visit Ganyu at J Chamber. And you get to talking, and then, like, she'll get up the courage, or by the choice you pick, she'll ask you out, or you ask her out on a date. Now, one thing I should mention right off the bat before anyone gets some bad ideas, because I know some people. No turtling allowed into that.
No.
That means, so for example,
Klee, no.
Klee, no. Diona, no. Nahida, no. I know she's over 500, I don't give a shit. I'm trying to remember all the kid names right offhand. Chi-Chi, no. Sayu, no. Dori, no. Yao, no. Those ones are out. No ifs, no ands, or buts, because they are classed as trolling. But instead of it saying lover or something like that, this one for the kids version characters could be, let's just say, for example, they see your character as an elder sibling or a parent figure. I'm more or less aligned with elder sibling. And I'm pointing at elder sibling folks because, you know, you can be Aether or Lumine, so it's, you know, big brother or big sister, so sibling one's easier. So, in that point, like, you'd be able to still get attached to them, and then, like, you know, maybe they have, like, a few old lines saying, you know, calling you, say, big brother or big sister type deal. And, like, maybe give it even a few CDQ, like, some CG arts that are, like, cute, like, they run up to you, like, a little hug, like, as a little kid would do.
Yeah.
Like, you know, which would be honestly adorable to see with the kid version characters. But like to say for Ganyu, for example, like when she gets up to courage and you go on a date with her at to a certain point, she'll run up to you and give you a kiss, and it'll be like a nice little CGR. Like they have done the CGR. The CGR so far has been good. Keep it up.
Should we really be off work this early?
Ganyu, come on.
Still a lot left to do.
Ganyu, you are definitely getting off that work schedule, sweetheart. But have it so that the character can, you know, get into a relationship with your favorite character. So for my example, I'll be using Ganyu. Aether began with her, and like on the character, like let's just zoom in a little bit. Let's say on our hand you got to see the ring finger. Like you can see the ring on her finger.
Mm-hmm.
And this ring would also give a buff. We talked about this in the past a little bit, so I don't want to go into too much detail. Like, I would love to take some of these ideas and like literally make a video per one, like into like the more detailed. This is just a rough draft, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Like, if you guys want me to, I will take each one of the ideas and go into a detailed thing. So that would be like what? Right now, 27 ideas will be 27 videos for me. Which isn't technically a bad thing since I don't have much to do lately.
Unless you don't know how in depth you want to go, then you just like skim over it a bit more.
Yeah, like for some of them, like the AR increase and the level cap make that like maybe a one video, or like the ones that are like not too big into one video. But like the wedding system and the day system, that one I could talk about for the whole entire video and not even think twice.
Oh, well, yes, you would.
Yes. And same thing with like the town building system, or even the increased drop rate on stuff. And like I would even go into like certain things and like show them the example by killing said enemies. And now this one is another one. Increase the max level battle pass. Because now this is an example from Honkai Star Rail. They've already apparently increased their level to after you get to like the max level and like bonus levels type deal. So have something like that over here that like if you go to the battle pass, say that like, oh, I hit max 50, level 50. I'm like, I usually get done playing like a couple weeks before it even goes away. So why not make it so I, okay, this, yeah, I can get like say maybe extra XP books, extra enhancement ores type deal, or even extra fragile resin type deal. But you don't get like wishes and stuff because then people could cheat that a little bit. Like that would be a really cool thing to put into the game. Because in my opinion, the battle pass needs it. Because like for me, I get leveled up so fast. And like here's a big one. This is a big one. Increase the resin cap.
Yes.
Because for goodness sake, max being 160 right now, it's not enough. You could farm. That means for a day, you could take on 4 world bosses, or if you condense, 4 times in a domain of your choice, for being talent, weapon sentinels, or artifacts. That's for one day. Which, that's not enough. With as many weekly bosses we've been getting recently, we're up to like, what, 9 or 10 weekly bosses.
Yeah.
Which is insane. So
They're basically saying pick and choose.
yes, and like, I've been picking and choosing, which is bad. I'm like, come on, I need to farm these characters up, try and get them ascended. So, in my opinion, increasing the rate to either 200 or 240 is no more than reasonable. And that also means increasing the cap limit on condensed resin. I think the condensed resin should go from 5 to either 10 or 20 condensed resin. And you'd be like, why do that? That means people will be able to do more. Yes. But that's because, like, for example, say someone doesn't have the time to do their farming for the day. So, like, oh, I want to condense my resin up and not play. They can't because they already have said max limit. If you can save up to 20, you'd be able to take a few days off while going majorly insane with grinding.
Because that has happened.
Granted, I'm on my blind marbles. Twice. So in my opinion, that would be a really good little thing to put into the game. Because goddamn, I think it should be increased. And now this one might ruffle some feathers. So don't shoot me.
Next on the agenda.
And that is make weekly bosses resin free.
I agree on that.
Because for goodness sake, 60 resin after the 330s? Like, come on, that's not enough. That means, for example, because we're going to be getting 10 weekly bosses with Auto Q coming, because she is going to be a weekly boss. That means for the 3 you need, you get 30, so that's 90 there, plus the 60 you need from the other 7. That would mean you would need another 490 resin to take on every weekly boss. That would mean, technically, oh, my way, wrong menu, yeah, there. That means if you look here, that would take you over 3 real-life days to get enough resin to take them down. You would have to go over 3 days to take them all on, and then you still don't have enough because you're off by 10 to do it. So in my opinion, I think weekly bosses should be free. Cause it's just too much. Cause like I would raise my resin for like maybe against more talent domain runs or artifact runs. Anything like that. So I just being no more unreasonable. In my personal opinion. I think it'd be a really good idea to see, because for goodness sake, we need it. Because then I could be able to fight all weekly bosses. Truly put my characters to the test by fighting them all. And just have more fun.
Next up,
And getting the boss jumps I need for set characters. And this is another one that I would love to see. Especially because, for me folks, I am a treasure hunter. Big time.
Yes, you are.
But with me being, like, you see how I'm 100% on all my areas. No question. I'm just like crazy. In my opinion, this spot in particular, see what it says exploration progress. Probably fine say 100. But say underneath it just says treasure chest remaining, like, for example, 50 out of 60. You know, like, oh, in that area, like, say, Qingzhong, or, like, you know, those areas, they would just give me an estimate of how many in that quadrant. Because, for goodness sake, I lose my mind when I try to find the treasure chest. Even with the compass. Like, it gets crazy when I'm trying to get the chest. It's like, come on. And I know people say, like, use the entire map. Yeah, if I use the entire map, I want to go to every location in the game again. Just to find that extra 1 or 2 treasure chests. Yeah, no.
Survey says,
Cause, like, in my opinion, like, come on, let's make this a little more reasonable, and, like, it'll be like, say, like, oh, you still want these treasures, fine. Like, you don't have to find them if you don't want to. It just shows in there, like, it, like, even if, like, okay, here's a crazy theory here. Make it so it's toggleable. You don't have to have it on if you don't want to. Simple as that. Like, I think that'd be a really good feature for the game. And now this one, I know people are gonna scream at, or praise me for saying it. Kinda hard to say on that one. A artifact reroll system. And what I mean by that is, folks, if we go to my artifact pile, and let's just use right here, for example. This energy touch hands ain't the greatest. Say I would like, instead of being energy charge, I say, oh, I want that to be attack sands. You would have the chance to, but you gotta use more to do it. To change that to the stuff that you want, oh, not stuff that, main stat. I think stuff that, yeah, that one, that's like an empty one, so it's up to the developers on that part. So it'd be nice to see it, because then you're like, you know, but the only thing is you'll only be able to do it once on that artifact. You can't do it multiple times to try to cheat the system. So I think that'd be really good.
really good
For the game.
for the game.
when you're trying to get those
When you're trying to
off
get
acts.
those
Grass, you
Which,
can
trust
feel
me,
the
I've
heartbeat
gotten
of the
so many
wind.
off acts in the past, folks, that are like defense stands. It's like, not many units take defense. Granted, a few, granted. But the off act set itself ain't great for that unit. So having a reroll system be great. And they can put the set amount of how much more it would take. Say, like, a level 4 one takes maybe a couple thousand more. But if you go to, like, say, a level 20, it will take up to, like, maybe 10 or 20,000 more. The more you put into it, the more it will cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this one is a big one in my opinion. What this, in my opinion, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And you remember this, folks. I play a ton of RPG games that have level up mechanics. Is why does this game require you to give the character not just the XP books, but the money as well? For this example,
Yes, remove the money needed.
It's stupid. Like, it's bad enough using it for talents, offense, and all that, because that, okay, perfectly fine. Like, for talents, you're like, oh, shouldn't that be free too? No, because you're technically giving these people the books to read to enhance their abilities, technically. So in my opinion, when it comes to the level up system, make it so it still takes XP books, or if you want to farm it, you can. Which, increase the XP amount, please. But make it so that the books, it just doesn't take more. Like, look, if I want to ascend Sucrose, the max, or the 9 levels, it's gonna cost me 646,000 more. That's a lot of money. So, in my opinion, increase it. It's like no harm in that. It'll be great for the game.
Next on
And
the
like,
agenda.
it would save so much bloody time. And I think we're going to end here for now because I have a lot more ideas, but we're coming to the end of the video.
Not enough time.
God damn it. But we talked about roughly
Tick them off, the one you've talked about.
about 16 of them.
Not bad.
Yeah, 16. Yeah. 16 out of 27. That's not bad. That means I can make another video with more ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But like, these are some ideas that Genshin really needs to think about and put into the game. Because in my opinion, it would help out the game so much. Like, oh, I just thought of one. I just remembered. I'll talk about that off camera so I can write it down. But imagine having these ideas in there. It would help out players being able to get characters they want to get, or something they want to do that makes it more fun. Instead of being grind.
Something of a luxury, but I love listening
Which,
to the
I will
rain
admit,
recording.
Genshin Impact is a grindy game. But making it so that these little things can help out the players do stuff. And there's even some ideas that I talked about, like, oh, that'll make the game more grindy. True. But some of the other ideas I have that I haven't talked about would in turn work into it. In my opinion. And like, here's one that I just thought of right off the bat. Make it Raging Braid.
Yes, please.
Because like right now, me and Chevelle here, we can't play Genshin Impact yet because she's playing the UK servers and I'm playing American servers. So having it so that we can play and still have our units, and then I'm like, oh yeah, stop them again. No. But that's all I want to say. So Dragonia as a D&D family show will be a great time on because that, folks, was a lot of time. I know we didn't do anything about like trying to explain it without doing anything too crazy in Genshin. Just mostly wandering around and looking for trouble. Come to terror,
We're way behind
But I
schedule.
think all these will be good for the game. So anyway, if you enjoy, hit like that. Thank y'all for watching. Hope to see you on that one. Genshin Impact. Which next time was definitely on mine. So hope to see you then. You know what I'm saying? Y'all take care. I'll catch y'all on the next video. Hope to see y'all then. Laters.